Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of BLP. And as you can see, it's more than just three of us. We have an extra four, and it's a good morning piece of bacon. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got the Hammerai in the building. What's good, baby?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Hi. Good morning.
Absolutely, absolutely, Lady Gunner. G Money, what's popping? Good morning, everyone. So, yeah, remember we got quite a few things to talk about today. We got, Ham's here, so everyone knows there's nothing but Marvel. There's nothing but Marvel. There's this. He is our Marvel guru. He is the one and only Marvel king. And then you have ads in PlayStation and Xbox. God of War confirmed to be coming out in 2022. So Elden Ring has competition for Game of the Year. And then we have what do we have else in gaming news? Hideo Kojima, even though with his cryptic message on Twitter, says that he's still single. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get this day started. Where we gonna start out? We gonna talk about some. Where we gonna start?
Put that man on the leash. Let's go ahead and get the gaming news out of the way since it's a smaller portion.
I was literally going into the gaming news. What the hell are you talking about?
Because I saw Ham's face. It was like this anime-esque twinkle in his eye. I'm like, whoa, slow down, bud.
All right, let me buckle myself in really quick. Hold on, let me chill out for a second.
Let's go ahead and do that.
Put the child lock on the door so I don't bust out of here, all right?
So where we starting, Perry? You got the docket. We know what's going on. We'll start.
All right, so let's see here. Let's talk about ads in video games, man. Let's talk about ads in video games. So in recent news, in the past 2 weeks, we have seen Xbox and Microsoft go ahead and say build out a plan to put ads into video games. And people are what we call pissed, to say the least. For quite a while, because it was rumored for Xbox more so than Sony, the Xbox was going to do the ad things for about a month. And just last week, IGN tweeted and put on Instagram that Sony was like, "No, we're part of that train too." So I want to know how everyone feels about this because Ham, though he is an Apex player, this man is also a 2K player, and there's already ads in that. And
They're pretty
funny,
vicious there as well.
yeah, funny enough, there's a few ads in MLB The Show as well.
And
So
it's just like, I don't, I mean, it just depends on the game. Like, it fits for these sport games. Like, they have 2K TV, they have, running ads popping up for the store. Obviously, it's all in game stuff, but like, that's just what it is. Madden, MLB The Show, like, that's what it can do. I don't want to be playing God of War and then just be like, oh, Stride 5 gum. Like I don't want to be sitting there doing that while I'm playing those kind of games. So, it depends on the games. I mean, like I said, in sports in 2K, I'm used to it. You know what I mean? I'm used to when I'm loading up for my, my career game. Well, not this one. I don't think they do it on PS5
I'll
anymore because
say
the load times are
this
so quick.
this 2K doesn't really have ads other than like when you log in and it's the
The like banner.
2K TV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they have the banner. But before, I know for sure, and on PS4 for last year's 2K, like when you would load up into your My Career game, 2K TV would be right there. Like Ronnie 2K would be right there. They'd bring in, sports players like Candace Parker. They'll bring Jason Tatum. They'll talk, have a little interview. They do like dunk of the week or whatever, play of the week from around the world, which is dope. You know what I mean? And that's considered like ads. So like that, I don't feel like that'd be a problem because it's already there in those games.
And that's funny enough because when MLB The Show, when I'm doing like My Career, well, I'm sorry, not My Career, Road to the Show, I have interviews. Last night, King Griffey was actually on the.
What?
Yeah, King Griffey was actually getting the interview right there. So it was awesome to see, and how they implanted some of those ads is really good because they tailor to that type of particular area. So like for the ads, it's baseball related, and for basketball, it's basketball related. So it's not something that bothers me as much, especially with the way, for me personally, how the season's going. I mean, in the MLB and in NBA, everything is popping like heavy. So it's good to see like people who are in that area, like the pros and good analysts,
the legends and stuff like that, even.
Absolutely. So it's really good to hear all that. So, and in the positive of it, it's not too much. It's not overbearing, especially in our games. But we don't know how Microsoft and Sony is going to, hit those types of things. So for me, I believe some of the ads in Sony, I wouldn't say ads, but just like promotion for like deals and stuff, is already out there. I would want to know how they're going to do their ads. Hopefully it's not as bad as YouTube, because I hate YouTube ads. I absolutely despise YouTube ads. I'm not buying no premium just to skip past them. But
you be into the little video you watching, bro. All of a sudden, 3 ads, bro. I'd be like, bro, 45 seconds.
Bro, absolutely god awful, bro. I just could not deal with it. It is terrible. But,
well, so like, would it be in game, or would it just be like, hey, I'm booting up my PS5, boom, we got ad, you know what I mean? Like, or does it have to be in game, or would it be when I'm strolling through the store where they throw an ad up in there? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with just moving around on my PlayStation and being like, oh, hey, here's an ad. Let me wait to go check my media gallery.
Or I'm grooving to something. So like in YouTube, bro, like say I'm cleaning. I want to watch live videos instead of just listening to Spotify. I hate when YouTube out of nowhere, when it's getting to the good part and they play some random ad. I'm sitting there like, bro, what the hell are you doing? Like, are you serious? Like,
yes,
we're about to hit the high note of like Adina Howard t-shirt and your panties on. You feel me? And she's getting into it. She's feeling the music, and then you hear it. Hold on. Let me do my Cat Williams. Have you heard this quiet ass commercial of? Did you take one of our pills that caused your left pinky toe to come off and then your arm just to turn purple? Please call us at 1-800-RBAD. Again, that's 1-800. Then you're not nowhere near the remote to press the skip button. So you're sitting there for a minute and some change to hear it. But then you got these ads that are 45 minutes long. I'm like, who the hell decided to actually sit here and say this was okay? That's not okay. But then, let me say this. There be some ads on YouTube of these local rappers or up and coming rappers that pay for promotion. Mm-hmm. It be sometimes really good, and then not even rough. It's some of the best comedy I've ever seen in my life. I can't even. BET Uncut.
Stand up.
Oh my God. Anywho, it's better than some of the random videos in BET Uncut. Like, why did this make it? You know what I'm saying? But what are some of your guys' opinion on ads being on the platforms, and is it good or bad, and how do you think the ads will be done?
So let me clarify something, because with this story, it is something that we should worry about, but at the same time, this is something that is right now, Microsoft and Sony are only exploring this in the realm of free-to-play games. So, like, your 2K does that because 2K has deals with NBA, and of course, 2K wants to make all the money in the world, so of course they're going to do scummy things. like make you pay to make your my player dunk.
Make that
when
game
you're
completely trash, but you buy it every year.
I do not understand. Like,
I don't
and
know.
this
It's
is
a
just a
competition.
sidebar. I will never understand why they're like, "Hey, you want to be an NBA star? You're gonna be a 6'7" power forward. That's great, cool. You can be that, but you can't dunk unless you give us another $10 to get more points to make your player better. I'm 6'7". I should be able to dunk in my sleep. What are you talking about? But anyway, so yeah, this is something that's only right now being explored for free games, and from what I understand, the way that they're going about this is to find ways to incorporate it into the game world. So for instance, like if GTA Online was to go like fully free to play, you would probably see like and I'm gonna channel some Jet Moto energy here, but you'll probably just see like a random Mountain Dew billboard on a building, or you might see a random
I don't want to
Coca-Cola can
see
on the
a
table.
State Farm billboard in
Yeah,
Apex.
I
Okay,
don't.
I don't
Yeah,
want to be running in Apex and see this big old State Farm with
Okay,
old dude just
okay,
sitting there
okay.
just
Hear
this
me
is
passing.
the
out.
thing
Hear me
though.
out. Hear
Insurance
me out.
be
Hear.
dying every day in that game.
But at the same time, it could be really good because I wouldn't mind seeing the Blue Chew ad in there because Blue Chew ads are
Yeah,
hilarious.
but you got to understand with all these games, they're in their own world. So now you're like
Yeah,
technically breaking the fourth wall
yeah, you're
because
breaking the emergent. Yeah, and I agree with that. But I mean, what makes things a little weird is Genshin Impact is one of the main games that I hear brought up when they talk about advertisement, and it's like this is like some weird high fantasy anime like area where you are completely in a different universe, but it's like I'm supposed to just expect that Coca-Cola is there. Like that's strange to me.
Don't do
Like
coke, drink Pepsi.
I'm whatever, you know what I mean. But
I
even
can't have a
even
cool, refreshing beverage in Apex. Is that what you're saying?
I
Right?
mean, now
Is it?
with
you're
Apex,
getting shot at.
so
No.
so this is my thing with Apex. It would almost make sense because a lot of the maps already at least have these giant billboards in them already.
Yeah, but those
And and think about this: how often do you actually pay attention to those billboards? You're not really paying attention to them. Why? Because you're
well,
dodging bullets.
nah, some of them will be moving. That just shows like the kill leader. It depends on the map. But other than that, like I said, like it wouldn't make sense because this is its own world. Like
Oh
this
yeah,
is on an island out in the future, actually. So
no
like
doubt.
and
But this
Pepsi's still trolling around in
right.
2079, bro.
So this is my argument there with something like that where they're already cycling billboards through. If they're like, boom, here's your kill leader, and then 5 seconds later they cycle through and it's like a random okay, we'll just go with Blue Chew. Random Blue Chew pops up and then they just flash back to whoever the leading team is, and then they go to I don't know, Nike, and then they go back to Blue Chew or whatever. Like in those instances, at least it kind of works and they're not really going out of their way to do too much. But I don't want to see a big billboard. Like if I'm playing The Last of Us and there's just like we'll say The Last of Us 3, and there's just like this shiny, clean billboard like, hey, come buy Sprite. And I'm like, well, no, it's the end of the world. There is no Sprite machine. Go away. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, there are machines there, but they're
well,
just not
they don't
functioning.
work, and they're not producing shiny, delicious, crispy.
So can
Ah,
I have
right.
can I have AI commercials in Horizon with giant
Only if
robo
it's
dinos?
only if by AI you mean Allen Iverson.
The
Outside
question,
of it,
bro. That's the only thing.
Yeah, no, thank you.
yeah, I don't know, man. Like what? Like a random like Roomba vacuum commercial in the middle of Horizon.
Are you terrified of robots? Are you scared?
Come get
Matter
you
of
a
fact,
vacuum.
come get you a vacuum, or
Boy, no
we'll
way.
send Will Smith to smack the hell out of him in
Right,
iRobot Part
Keep my
Two.
wife's name.
right.
Free my
Oh my
man's,
god.
free my man's.
So
But anywho's,
Free, free my man's for real, bro.
free
He
my
count
man's.
bad right now.
Man, free my
yeah,
man's. He
They
deserves
just
movie.
canceled Bright 2. They just canceled that on Netflix. Oh.
they canceled Bad Boys 5, and we're all over here like, I mean, he didn't even
Yeah, I'm
ask
kind of
for it, so it's
disappointed
okay.
about that. I
I
Hold
wanted
mean,
on,
I
something.
didn't ask for
Or
Bad
was
Boys
it
hold on,
4.
hold on, hold on.
No, I
Maybe
didn't
what
ask
was
for Bad Boys
Yeah,
4,
they,
but they
yeah.
gave it to us. I mean, I was
so
okay with it.
3 is the latest one, right?
No, it's 3, right? Yeah. No, yeah, 3. 3's the latest one.
3.
Three's the later one.
All
Bad
right,
Boys
Yeah.
for
because
Life.
it's Bad Boys 2, then Bad Boys for Life, and then
Yeah.
was it Bad Boys Forever? Like what? I don't know. Like, and don't get me wrong, it's probably a fine movie, but no one ever sat around and said, "Man, I need a third and a fourth Bad Boys." They were just like, "Here, take it," and we
They
were
were
I
even
mean-
reaching on this. I mean, it was cool. It was a good story. I
Yeah.
was caught up in it. I loved it, but like they were kind of reaching.
It-
with it.
I-
was
I-
like,
That Boy
They're fun
Forever does
films.
sound kind of
It was not a
sus,
fun
not gonna
film.
lie.
Nothing
I
was going
agree.
to top Will Smith walking out of nowhere with a purple button up and Gabrielle Union looking as chocolatey as she could. There was nothing. There was.
hey, there is one thing though. In Bad Boys 3, in the beginning, Martin Lawrence's daughter is getting married, and it's Reggie. That is the one thing I did like. Because they were like, "I'm glad you stuck around," because gave
They
you
had a whole baby. They had a whole baby. They had a whole baby.
He went to the military. Man had to toughen up, bro, because he was not ready for them.
That's great. They
So-
Mary Reggie, I love this.
Yes,
So
yes.
random ads like that, I am perfectly fine with. But moving along with the great gaming news, me and Greg's Lord and Savior in game developing, the man, the chosen one, Hideo Kojima,
Yes.
sent a tweet out that made me scream so very loudly, so very happily. I sent it to everyone that I know that said, "Oh look, Hideo Kojima,"
And then Greg had to slightly shoot down his dreams.
because Hideo shot down everyone's dreams. He's like, hey. Well, the tweet was Hideo had Death Stranding. His character was actually on the panel of the Sony studios with all the other exclusives. So everyone was thinking, "Oh, Sony, go ahead and wrap that up. Sony's going ahead and fish in Hideo Kojima. We got you in here, Playboy. Let's go."
Yeah.
And Hideo was like, "Yo, check this. I gave y'all a good night, but baby girl, I'm still single."
Like, yeah, the words it went. Said I'm single. Yeah, I'm
That's the most
single.
simplest analogy ever. Why?
I said I'm single.
He's like, hey.
Said I'm single.
Bro, okay.
That's the best night ever, babe, but I gotta go. You not
side
staying?
note.
Got a blast.
Because so check this out. I will never forget, because you saying that Lil Wayne's single. This is just a quick side note, but I will never forget, like some years ago, won't give any specifics, but someone that I was dating, I met her friend who was dating a guy. Now, the thing is, the guy that she was dating, I knew his real girlfriend, who he had a baby by. He was like in this whole relationship. So she was a side chick. And
Dang.
I'm like sitting here like, that's really not my business. I don't know what to say. I'm just going to stay out of it. So then we're riding in the car with him. He's looking at me like, bro, I know that you know. And I'm like, hey, it's none of my business, bro. So we're riding down the street, and the song comes on, Lil Wayne, One Night Only. And she turned, and she gets so excited. And she looks at him and says, "Oh my God, babe, it's our song." And I'm like,
I would have fell out. I'd have fell out of the backseat. Like, oh, just
Bro,
take me down.
I almost flew out the window.
You almost flew out the window. Oh my God.
I'm out of here. Oh,
I be
Yeah.
trying to tell these dudes not
But-
to mess with these females' emotions. My
Yes.
friend currently he hiding at somebody's house right now.
Oh no.
I don't want to say no
Friend.
names, but he was like,
Friend,
the
be
last text
careful.
message he got from a girl was, "I'm not gonna hurt you. I just want to talk."
Oh, no.
Run.
Run.
I said you need to stay away from her a good 2 weeks, almost a month.
Hey,
It's
in
gonna hurt.
the words of the goat, going dark.
And he told me him and his friend like to compare notes on who bagged the most girls, but at the end of the
Oh,
summer,
man.
yeah. But right now, it's like, okay, you keep messing with all these girls because like
Man, y'all just
you're the community person right now. But right now you hiding out. You done found your crazy chick. You don't know what to do.
So this
You
is
hiding out.
So this is what
Smoke
Hideo did, and I want all you young players, young playettes to take notes. Hideo was like, "Look, check this out, baby. When it's me and you publicly. You know what I'm saying? I got you. I'm gonna hold you down. But when I'm not around, I hope you doing you because I definitely will be doing me."
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he done called out the side chicks.
You know what I'm saying?
This is what I'm gonna say though. Like going back to the news, Hideo is a known troll.
He's
There-
worse than
there-
Nintendo.
Yeah, like there is a reason he tweeted that out, and then like 12 hours later was like, nah, I'm just playing. Like this is the same guy who created an entire shell company named I want to say it was like Moby Dick Studios when he wanted to unveil Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. He unveiled that game under that shell studio, Moby Dick Studios, and called the game Phantom Pain. And it took the entire community all of like a week to say, wait a minute, no, this is not a game called Phantom Pain. This is Metal Gear Solid 5. Hideo, where are you? And then he pops up like, all right, yeah, guys, you got me.
Mhm.
And then I also want to remind you that when there was a tweet that went out mistakenly from Sony that had Bluepoint noted as a new acquisition for Sony. Bluepoint came out like a couple days later. It was like, hey, no, there are no plans for us to be acquired. We're single. No. Like, if anything, right now, you remember how Jay-Z and Beyonce were dating for years, but they were pretending that they were both single until they were like, all right, yeah.
Y'all got
That's
me.
Sony right now.
You
I'm
got
sure
me.
that there's more going on there. And he's trolling, and they're probably in the final phases of seeing where they're going. But then there's also like that word of like an Xbox exclusive game he's supposed to be working on, supposedly. So we'll see. But I would not be surprised if we still find out, especially coming into Summer Games Fest since E3 is dead this year and probably for the rest of our lives.
Thank God.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
But yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure as we come into Summer Games Fest season, we'll probably hear something about Hideo Kojima and potentially an acquisition or like a long-term second-party relationship contract. There's going to be something coming. I'm sure of it.
Biggity bit.
I just wanted to see how long that awkward silence was going to go.
I wasn't gonna let it go long, bro. I was like, I got to say something, man. I was like, because I felt it coming. Because Nick didn't
I want
respond
to see
immediately.
how
Well,
long.
yeah. So, yeah, Hideo trolling. So, and the last piece of gaming news before we go into 3 hours worth of Marvel.
Marvel.
So, Elden Ring has competition. Elden Ring has competition. It's been confirmed. God of Boy, Ragnarok
Yes, stop it.
is coming out. It has been confirmed by Santa Monica Studios that God of War Ragnarok is coming out this year.
Yo, I'm so excited. You know why I'm so excited? I don't mean to cut you off. You know why I'm so excited? I'm so excited because I have a PS5. That is why I'm so excited. This game is gonna drop, and I just can't hide it. Bro, I'm over here dancing, bro.
And I'm really excited because with that being said, and that game coming out, Sony's on just a rampage still of producing good games, still coming out this year, not holding back.
Year,
next year is going to be
Spider-Man.
ridiculous.
We get Spider-Man next year.
We get Spider-Man.
We get Venom and Miles and Craven.
Everybody, ladies,
yeah.
we just lost Hammy. We just lost.
I gotta
Hammy.
go change my shorts.
But yeah,
Oh,
but it's good to see.
Why did you say he's got to go cheese him when clearly he already did?
Big facts. But it's good to see that. Really excited to see God of War come out this year. That's not being delayed. I love the fact that Santa Monica was like, we've been quiet for a reason.
Yeah.
Hush, boy. We're here to provide. We're here to make sure that y'all are good.
So like this, I'm just gonna say this battle between him and Thor better be.
Oh, it's gonna be.
I know. I need Zeus level battle, bro. I need like somebody like I need that. I need blood just covering my screen. I need all of that. I need it all. Okay, because I didn't get that much in the last one. You know what I mean? You got a little ruthless. You messed up Baldur a couple times, but it wasn't. I'm gonna like dismangle your face. Like, he did Hercules dirty in that game, and then he went and did Zeus dirty in God of War 3. So I need that.
So what I'll say is, and I'm probably going to be on the opposite side of most people when I say this, but I would argue that the fight between Boulder and Kratos was better than the fight of Kratos and Zeus. But the fight with Zeus was so much more satisfactory because of the fact that
That's
you
three
you
games, bro.
yeah, you had 3 games, and Zeus kind of had it coming, you
Oh,
know,
most
like
definitely. And you're definitely, because I'm not downplaying, because him, like, we're gonna talk both fights between him and Balder. Because that first fight when he pulled up to the crib, I was like, "Dog,
That
who
that
is this?"
that fight was tight. That made me keep playing. I was like, "Oh, this is what we
Bro pulled up
doing."
to the crib, pushed you through the house. I was like, "Hold up, what is this man on?"
Start
And so,
making
like,
crevices in the earth. I'm like, "Oh my god, what kind of
so it
shit
was a
is
good,
this?"
and there was a lot more emotion behind that Balder fight, especially with his mom being there and that whole, like, like parenthood sense. You
That
know what I mean?
whole
Because he
build
had,
up to that
yeah,
moment, because
it
his
was.
first fight again, he pulled up and said, "I heard
I
you
want
got,
the smoke.
I heard you got packed. I heard you got that loud pack.
yeah.
Run
Bring
it.
it, let me see what you working with. Let me see that smoke."
And quite honestly, like for me, because that and I don't want to spoil too much for any like aliens out there that somehow did not play IGN's greatest game of all time. Probably not the greatest game of all time, but it is a
Ain't no
damn
way.
good game.
It is.
It is a really good game, and by minimum, it's probably in the top 20 games of all time. To be a bit more modest about where it should be placed. But in case you have not played it, I'll be like when I say this. But the final scenes with Freya was one of the most bone chilling deliveries
The
of
word she said.
the anguish in her voice, the delivery of every
Ooh.
word, like
Ooh.
and it's really crazy because like in that final hour of the game, it it appropriately reflects every emotion in the wrath of what parenthood truly is. Like from the conversation as Atreus is like, well, would you do that for me? And Kratos is like, without a doubt.
Okay, like
And Atreus is like, hey, why is she so angry? I don't understand it. And he's just like, you'll understand when you get older.
yeah.
To again, like Freya's like raw sheer emotion, and and I'm losing her name now, but like even like the voice actor who delivered those lines, like,
Mhm.
whew,
She was in
like,
the booth, bro. She was in the booth feeling it, bro. It was like,
Yeah, I
like
thought
get
I
it, get
thought we was gonna have to fight her. Like, I'm scared.
it. I was like, are we about to? Is it round two? We about to run the ones with
We
Freya?
finna get
I'm
the
talking
mama and
about
the son too.
What's up,
I'm talking
2-4?
about she like sis had to be in the booth like or that recording session with the candles lit,
She was a one
beads
night
coming
stand and
down
just had to
her,
pour out her
like
emotions.
like the curls are sweating out. Like she had to
Bro,
be in there going in because man,
they'd already ran this shit like 3 hours, bro. They're like, come on, let's just try it one more time. I need all your emotions. She's like, I'm giving it everything. Here we go.
bam, like and for me, like yeah, Thor, like whatever we fought his sons and whatever happened in that situation, cool, whatever. But to me, that is the most exciting thing about this new game is I want to see what that dynamic yields for Kratos and Atreus moving forward, as we've already seen her in the only like one real trailer that we have for the game. Like I want to know what extent is this scorn woman going to go to, and how is that going to impact the narrative, and how that will impact those characters as individuals and as a unit.
Because she
Because
helped out a lot throughout our game.
yeah,
She was clutch. And if she ain't on our side and she's against us,
Well, it's there's you have powerhouses against the two coming in this next one. So you have her, and we can't act like Thor is just not a powerhouse that's coming
oh
at
no,
Kratos.
well, and especially this Thor that I think we're gonna get is obviously like an older, more mature Thor. So like
This
he ain't
isn't
got
a Marvel Thor.
yeah,
This is the
yeah,
oh yeah,
true. This
no,
is the actual telling of Thor of
yeah.
the mythology
And
of
who's to say if Odin's still lurking around, that's gonna be a problem in this
exactly. So you
era.
have titans of power level of people looking at Kratos like, bro, you came to the wrong block, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
Causing all this ruckus on my
You
block,
know
bro.
what I'm
What you
saying?
doing,
Like,
dog?
so you have a lot of people to look
But
into.
but 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 Kratos has Loki. That is all that.
There's that, but also we're only looking at it a standpoint of because in the first God of War, we was able to travel to these different types of universes.
Hmm.
Well, let's say that we still have the ability in this one as well. I want to
oh we
see.
will.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see where we're going with this. What is going to lead to who else? Of course, we're going to go to Asgard.
Bro, I know, but are we going to be traveling through the 9 realms now? Like, is we really about to be like?
Okay, so I'm going to assume that you guys have not played God of War 2018. I think was the year in a while. But if you go back, like, and you go to like
that one room,
gate, like there are like 4 or 5 places on the map that you can scroll past. They give you the name that you can never actually go to in the game. Like there's like 2 or 3 of them that you can unlock, and they're like extra armors, mini games, and all that stuff. But like Asgard, and there's like 2 to 3 others at minimum that are like high profile realms of like Norse mythology that are on that map that you just cannot access. And I drove myself crazy because I'm like, am I missing something in the game? Is there DLC? And I spend weeks Googling like what the is going on here.
No.
So
I remember playing that part. I mean, having that unaccessibility.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure, you know, we'll probably spend some more time on that cool golden ship blue mystical tree thing, and we'll probably get access to those corners of the map. So
hopefully.
I'm sure. Plus there's like, I know like the trailer showed like a huge like, and well, I'm not going to say showed a huge, but implied that there is a huge like open world ish area and things of the sort. So we got some stuff going on. There's going to be some goods. Like, Lady Gunner, what are you most excited for when it comes to God of War Ragnarok?
Man, just the story, the way that they left off like that, and then hopefully they add some more Valkyrie fights into there. Like,
no, why? No, what?
Like,
what? No,
because those was the best. That was like intense, and then you had to be on your P's and Q's. Like, no mess ups.
No, there was no P's and Q's. All right, there was perfection. That is what you needed to defeat these.
I loved it. I loved it. Then the kill animation and remind me of Assassin's Creed. When you like, they do like the little intense, or For Honor when they do like the intense like in there. Yes, but Valkyrie when you have to find them, and then it's like, oh, who is this? A new boss, but they love mini bosses. That just made it more fun.
Right.
And then you get right back to the story and like, let me take a break from the story and go hunt these Valkyries down, because like, who are you? I'm better than you.
So I will say this, Lady Gunner, and look me in my eye when I say this. I will rather fight Lady Melina 30 times with a damn boomstick with no armor and no power-ups and go through the Valkyries.
At least somebody's on the same page with me with these Valkyries.
The Valkyries were annoying.
I need to be on whatever level Lady Gunner, because if she's talking about, oh yeah, I need more Valkyries. I don't know what
need more Valkyries.
But
mostly I was playing on standard for your information.
Okay. Even on standard they were annoying.
They was stressful with a capital K, okay?
It was hard. I died a couple of times, but it's just the satisfaction of like
a couple is 2. All right, I
died like 2 or 3 times, and you come back there 4 times. Like, I know your moves. Like, I'm finna.
I knew their moves. They knew mine, and they still killed me.
Video or it didn't happen. I need to see you.
I would stream that and replay it.
Did you kill all of them?
Yes, I think I got like 2.
How
2 or 3 left.
How in the Sam Blue?
She got like 2 or 3 left.
Okay, no, forget that. How in the Sam Blue hell are you able to be patient with the Valkyries, but you can't be Sekiro? Explain that.
Because that giant kept WWE kicking me off the cliff. I couldn't
take
giant?
It. Oh,
he ran at me. Yes, the first one. The
first giant.
The first one.
The one that you have.
The first one. The one that ran at me and kicked at me, and my body.
Hold on. The one. No. The one with that's tied up in the block that. You know what I'm saying? That changed.
Yes. Oh, bro, I bodied him, bro. Come on.
What?
You bodied him. I'm bodying Valkyries.
You literally just need oil, fire. He's done.
Done so.
Don't tell me nothing. I'm struggling. I'm struggling with a W.
You struggling?
I'm struggling. I took that game back 3 days later. I'm like, I can't take this.
Sup, love? Can you spell struggling in the chat?
Struggling, yes.
You got the spelling of stressful correct. Can we squaggling?
Squabbling.
Oh, squaggling.
Squaggling.
It was not. It was
It's
not.
two
Good
W's.
time.
So, just for a quick update, just to be funny, Netflix Karma is coming around to what they did the Blockbuster, and I find it absolutely hilarious.
Oh my
Oh,
god! People are
say
so
karma.
see. All right, so Netflix lost 200,000 subscribers. Now the thing is that
They ain't lose me.
that's hyperbolic. Do
No,
we
they're
realize
not.
that
They're not losing me neither.
Yeah, do we realize that they cut off the entire service in Russia, and that's more than likely where it came from? Like these news
Bro, they
headlines.
said wait, they lost 200,000. Do you know how many subscribers they have?
But
like,
no, they say they're going to crack down on
the
sharing.
But
Netflix.
it's so hard for them to
challenge you
do
to
that.
stop
Like
it.
there is a couple ways they can do it, like where like depending on mobile devices, like and like if they're streaming at the same time, you know what I mean? But like I pay like the option is to pay for multiple screens. You have multiple screen options and you pay more. What do you oh, don't share your password. How you gonna tell me what to do with my what do you like? Why does it
If
matter?
I'm paying for multiple screens, I should be able to share my password. Like,
Bro, you know how many people got my HBO Max?
So it did actually from a knowledgeable source, the Anime Academic said the 200K is not from deactivated Russian accounts. It's actually locally here in the States.
That'd be interesting.
That's an interesting take.
T-Will said they about to lose me too.
Right. They about to lose you, or they about to lose the account holder, T-Will. There's a difference.
Man, because I'm gonna keep it real. I'm staying. And for me,
I got Stranger Things to watch, bro. I'm staying.
Did you know how much money they spent per episode in season 4?
Hey, hold up. Okay, while we're talking about Stranger Things, you guys know Robin, correct? The girl in the ice that works at the ice cream parlor. Do you know who her mom and dad are?
Who?
Her mom and dad is Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke, bro.
Wow.
Uma Thurman and Ethan. And so I was like, no, bro. You go look at the picture, bro. Literally, she's next to Uma Thurman. You're like, oh, okay, that's great. She looks like her. And she's next to Ethan Hawke. You're like, wait, she looks like him. Like, how do you look like both of them? Like, literally.
That's like Beyonce daughter. Blue Ivy, she's telling her mama she Beyonce, and that's her daddy, she Jay-Z. I'll be like, God dang.
Man, but they spent $30 million per episode. Their subscriptions are also expected to tank in the next quarter, and it is first time they lost more members than joined in a decade. I'm interested on why, though. Well, was it like animation? They slashed the animation department?
Yeah, they slashed that because animation is always going to be one of the more expensive sectors, from what I understand. And I could be wrong. But, I mean, it's one of those things that in 2022, there's so many more competitors because cable is dying. And since cable is on the fritz, really most of the people only get cable because it's bundled with their internet in so many cases. Or you're or you're 45 or older. But I would imagine it's probably one of those things where there's so much competition. We got Disney Plus, we got Peacock, we got Paramount Plus, we got HBO Max, and then there's Hulu and so on and so forth. If you have all of those, I mean, eventually you're getting to the same price as a cable bill. So what are people going to do? They're going to start switching around. And when you have Disney Plus, it's like, hey,
that's so idiotic, though. That is so okay. So I should have looked into that. And his name is not Ethan Hawke. His name is Jake. They slashed animation and pumped it into gaming after the loss was announced. And I'm like, Netflix, what? And due to the price hike and the password crackdowns that they're doing, so that is why a lot of subscriptions are falling from the Anime Academic, is what he's saying, and that makes sense. I mean, when you add up all the different subscriptions people got, they add up to a cable bill.
Yeah. I mean,
if you're paying for every single one,
not even every single one. So if you're looking at, let's look at the essentials. We're looking at us as us here.
So listen, if you get the Disney Plus bundle, you get Hulu and ESPN and Disney Plus. So then that's two of them already, right? And it's like what?
Like $15 a month.
$15, yeah, $15 a month. All right, so that's two of them right there. Then you got Netflix,
which is
another what?
12,
let's
15.
say 12, $15. So let's say we're at 30. Okay, $30 for three of them. What are you missing? HBO Max, another $15. So that's 45.
Crunchyroll.
You need anime?
Yeah, you do.
I'll give that. So what? 7?
Okay, so
Well, no,
then
depends on what you want because their prices for Crunchyroll is completely different too. So you have standard premium and super premium on that one as well.
Yeah. But let's just go with the standard, whatever. So like, let's just say like 50.
Are you gonna watch The Boys and Invincible season 2 when they drop?
So you need Amazon Prime.
Exactly.
Don't forget Disney Plus.
So then what? Well, I already
Well,
said
sure, she has the bundle, and then you have
that's $60 right there with all of that.
Then
your kids like SpongeBob. So what are you gonna do?
You got Paramount.
Well, if you use somebody's password, that's $60 for tacos and some drinks and a little extra on the side. Like if my mom is paying for all of that, why do I gotta pay for it too when I could just use hers?
All I say is HBO Max. That's all I'm saying. I got the HBO Max lock. I said I'm getting that one. Somebody else handle the other ones. All right.
Oh yeah.
So let me say this, Liv. I don't mind. So for me, I don't mind paying for anime because even though most of it doesn't go to the animators, at least some do, and I just have to. I want to try to give these people some money, man. Like I pay for anything anime made or manga, just because they don't get paid. They don't get paid what they deserve. You know what I'm saying? Like there is a global situation going on with a popular manga right now called Black Clover with the latest chapter, and they're giving the author a break so they can prepare for the final arc, and the big reveal in it is, to me, is wild. So I'm super excited, but I mean, it all else fails. Everyone knows that they have now Nicholas Perry, who is good at networking now, and we're going to set up Plex accounts where we can just download everything that we want and people can watch it on that part.
Yeah.
So that's what we have as far as gaming news and things like that. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there's a person that's here that's going to show off his power level. He's going to show his strength. He's going to show his deep knowledge and tell us why Eternals was a terrible movie in every aspect of the world. And I'm tired of all you silly people on the internet. I don't care. The entirety of a whole of that movie was bad. And I'm sick of all you groups out there that trying to give Eternals a pass and pee on the Batman. But no, we're here to allow Hamurai, aka Jordan, aka Mr. Light Skinned Man with the fade, explain to us why Marvel is kicking tons of butt right now. Jordan, take us away.
So,
side note, I'm looking at that picture you just sent me, Ham. Like, I'm gonna try to get that in there. Maybe they can see it a little bit.
There you go. That's good. Yeah, she looks like both of them.
That is insane.
Do you understand that? One, your mother's a ninja killer, and two,
royalty.
And your dad is Jake, who killed my boy Lonzo. Do you understand that he went to the jungle? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He was in the jungle. Jake was in the jungle and got a pass.
Shout out to the jungle.
And yeah, definitely shout out to the jungles. My grandma spent her last days at the jungles.
Hey, that's home right
But yeah, but definitely on top of the fact that he took out Lonzo, he then went to Egypt and became the avatar of Khonshu. Like
no, oh my
God, he's everywhere, man. He's everywhere. You never know.
Before he left, he held down his crib at the Purge, bro. He lived.
He did die though.
He did, but he held it down.
He did hold it down.
Khonshu got to him, and
that's how Khonshu got him. He needed his body.
There we go, man. We just solved the problem. Marvel lore right here. We got it.
Oh my gosh. All right, so let's go. So we're gonna start with the easy stuff first. First of all, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse Part 2 was slated for this year, but it got pushed back. But
Part 1, you mean? You said Part 2.
Well, it's the second one, so
fine.
Because it's called Across the Spider-Verse.
It's a two-part.
Yeah, it's a two-part, Across the Spider-Verse. So, so that's kind of sad news that it got pushed back to next year. But they gave us even better news because literally 8 months after that, Part 2 of Across the Spider-Verse is dropping, and I'm so excited for that because in 8 months you're gonna get both of them. Like, and the first one was just, I mean, we've talked about it. It's amazing. Like, if you haven't seen it, I don't know where you've been or what you've been doing, but go now. Yeah. Go.
So let me ask you this: did they ever even, like, outside of this week, do you remember them ever formally announcing that this was going to be a trilogy?
Well, no, I knew that. I didn't know that was going to be a trilogy. I knew that they were going to talk about a part 2 after part 1 dropped, and then I saw rumors of the 2-part, but all they did was confirm one of them today, or one of them for this year. And then that's when the rig reveal was like, "Hey, yo, by the way, we got 2 of them. It's a 2-parter. Just to let you guys know, because we going across the thing." And I'm so excited because Oscar Isaac is going to be there as 2099, and I am here for it. I am here for all. Yeah. So I don't know if you remember, like he popped up at the end of Into the Spider-Verse. Yes. That was So that was Oscar Isaac, and I am like, yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that was.
Yeah, that was him. So that's Oscar Isaac. He's in it, and so that we got that. So now that's out of the way. We had multiple Doctor Strange trailers, and
as you can see, I have Doctor Strange playing in the background.
Yo, this movie is about to be ridiculous. They have so many cameos. They did 6 weeks of reshoots just for cameos. Like, like that just got like they said that the cameos in this are to rival superheroes from Endgame and Infinity War, Into the Spider-Verse, or No Way Home. Like everybody's gonna be in.
If the X-Men are coming, just say that.
They're coming. Like, there's so many. Like, it's so funny because there's so many rumors of who's supposed to be here that like you have like who are you not to believe? Like, obviously there's some confirmed, like Tom Cruise will be there for sure as Superior Iron Man, and I'm just gonna say like, he's supposed to be like the best of the best Iron Man. So
is he going to be jumping on the couch for Katie Holmes?
Oh
Wait, repeat that sentence again.
Considering Electro is currently handling Katie Holmes, I hope not.
Oh my gosh. What was that lady?
Robert Downey Jr. is the best.
No, well, if you're gonna say as acting wise, but if we're gonna go as strength wise and as like Iron Man abilities, the superior Iron Man will dog walk Tony Stark in the Marvel. He has Infinity Stones in his chest. What you think? What you like? I'm sorry. Like
technology wise, skill wise, strategy wise, there's a reason why Tony Stark that we know is dead, and superior Iron Man is a member of the Illuminati.
Yeah,
like imagine what Tony Stark's would have been like with none of like the alcoholism, womanizing, with no distractions. He was
able to do what Thanos did and put the Infinity Stones in his chest. So imagine Tony walking around with 2 Infinity Stones in his chest, and he has
Thanos out his glove is not strategical and the greatest thing ever.
Thanos got to have a problem with him. Like he got the stones. Thanos got to come to him, and he's just gonna be like, "What?"
Yeah. Zany. So the Illuminati and Zayana. Okay, thank you, Zayana. So the Illuminati in Marvel, it's Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Black Panther. Who's it? Professor X, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm surprising him that I know this because
he is. I was like, I'm gonna go let him off. I was like, go ahead.
Yeah, because it was the world between the 2 Earths that they had to move. No, it was Civil War that I learned about the Illuminati and their strengths on that. And my boy
that banished Hulk too.
And I just want everyone to know Franklin Richardson. That young man, I can't wait to see on screen.
Mr. Fantastic, not that man. Whoa!
Wow, he's literally one of the smartest individuals in.
He is there ain't no Tony's smart, bro. Reed will on him on a bad day, bro. Bro. He got 106 fever, bro. He like, yo, that's the calculation. This is how you time travel, my dog. And he's sitting there over there.
Wow. I can't even say that, but understand I'll say it on the Captain's Lounge. Everyone knows the powers of Mr. Fantastic. The man stretches.
BDE.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Look, this is my thing. I have a love-hate relationship. I hate y'all, but I really have a love-hate relationship with Mr. Fantastic because a personal gripe of mine, like other than Miss Marvel, which actually oddly worked for me in the Marvel's Avengers game because the campaign was awesome, but the rest of the game was terrible. Mm-hmm. I have a undying hate for stretchy abilities. Like it's the most jarring
so
thing.
you ain't
to
like
me.
Mrs. Elastic, huh?
Like I don't know.
No, hey,
what it is.
hold on. Elastigirl, she got them yummies, bro. What you
Elastigirl
He
is
said he had
definitely
elastic
thick,
abilities.
bro. He a hater.
Oh, what?
He a
Yeah,
hater.
I don't know, man. Like I cannot. Like something about it just irks me. Like it's another reason why I don't like One Piece, because the main character is stretchy and something about that makes me feel weird.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't like One Piece. No, I don't like One Piece.
Okay.
I don't care for the art style, because the art style I feel is grotesque and it makes me feel uncomfortable. And then beyond that as well, the main character is a super stretchy guy, which
There's
is
so much more to his abilities.
We've already tried for several years, Jordan. I'm not going any further than that. Especially what just happened now. I'm not. We're going to kill it now, because you say anything else, I know I'm going to tirade. Continue the Marvel talk.
So, what I'm going to say is I understand that Luffy has other powers, and I have respect for One Piece. I know that it does things that no other anime or manga could ever dream of, and I respect all of its achievements and accolades. Personally, it's just not my shit. And I am not going to conform to it.
No, you don't have to. No. And you don't have to. And I'm glad. You don't have to. We're not going in this any further. We're done.
Yeah, we need to say this for another episode.
We're done.
I'm not comfortable like this.
Yeah, and that's fine.
How dare you not like Mrs. Incredible?
Exactly.
Yeah, that was disrespectful, Greg.
I don't even like female cartoons like that. I like anime, but you gonna do Mrs. Incredible like this?
I thought one
scene where she did the one.
What was her name? Like Blinks or Winks, the chick that could make the portals and teleport. Thought that was a far more interesting power, and I would love to see a superhero like that. Because that shit was
so anyway,
I'm sorry, I don't like stretching stuff. I feel like it's boring, because the thing is, when you have stretching abilities,
he's really going into this, and he's going to piss me off.
For real. When you have stretching abilities, it's one of those things that no matter how you cut it, it becomes a bit of a plot armor thing, because you can't shoot me. I can bend around it. I can't fall from the sky. I'll turn into a parachute.
Yeah,
and
but then you can
so Batman doesn't have. I am going to shut up because I'm going to hush.
I've never said that Batman does not have plot armor. His plot armor is prep time. But I'm saying, he still has to think through those situations, which makes it somewhat interesting. Versus, but Mr. Incredible, he's a genius. But when it comes to his physical prowess, a lot of times it is just, I can just stretch and bend around it because I'm stretchy and bendy.
Yep.
Yeah, but
to me, that's
okay, bro. That's where we're at. Okay, bro.
That's it.
Okay, bro.
That's it.
All right.
It's okay.
So
okay,
anyway,
bro.
Doctor Strange coming out in 2 weeks is gonna be lit. Mad cameos. There's mad Doctor Stranges.
Deadpool.
Wanda's in there, zombie Wanda's in there, and there's a scene she walking out with a head. I don't know if it's somebody's head, I don't know, but she coming with the hands. Professor X is gonna be in there. It's gonna be crazy. I'm excited.
My favorite clip from Wanda was, "You break the rules, you the hero. I break the rules, I'm the bad guy." I was like, that is facts. Like, yo. How can you do it?
I love when he pulls up and he's like, "Hey, Wanda, how's it going?" She's like, "Yo, you hear about what happened?" He's like, "Nah, I don't care about that." He's like, "Nah, I don't care about that. We got some other stuff to worry about." She's like, "Oh, all right, bet. Let's walk through the apple orchard and talk."
Look for the trailer of Doctor Strange, and then when he see himself, and what did he say when he like things are getting out of hand? Yeah, like I was like.
He's like, yo, yeah. There's multiple Stranges too. There's already seen them. There's the Strange.
Man,
and then, what's it called? America Chavez. She has a big role in this movie. That is confirmed. She is a big role in this movie. Like, she's there from jump originally, and her whole backstory and everything on her is really dope too. She's like from another planet that she's able to teleport, and like basically she's the last of her kind, and that's how she teleports to our world. But like apparently, like she's gonna teleport the Shomagorath, which they named him something else. They didn't use a name, but they technically think. Yeah, she teleports him to New York, like, hey, yo, help me out now. And then that's when, like, it kind of kicks off. I don't know if that's true or not. This is all rumored, but,
Zai, I just knew you were my girl. For the first time we ran into each other on the Bag Show, which you can catch every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Definitely check us out. I just knew you were my girl. And time again, you continue to prove it. Thank you.
Wait, time out. You like his opinions about Luffy? Huh?
Luffy.
What?
Luffy. You don't even say the man's
Luffy,
name right.
I know. I'm sorry.
She's
You
thrown
like his,
off
you like
because she's thrown off
you like his
because
opinions about
the
Luffy.
more
Luffy?
I think about it, the more I
Mr.
want to
Fluffy?
go ahead. Thank you, Jordan. Thank
That's
you.
fine. I've
Gummy on me.
I've purchased a Luffy.
If I could, I would gum rack you right now.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I will third gear him into outer space.
I have a Gear 4 statue of Luffy upstairs that I bought for my son. Like I said, I support One Piece. Like, if you like it, whatever. I'm not going to clown you for liking it. Like, I've spent money on One Piece, whatever. I have bought almost every One Piece game there is for PS4 because my child likes it. Just because you guys like it.
Oh my God! No. There's a difference of you not liking something and then you talking shit about it. There's a complete difference of that.
So where have I trashed it?
Oh my God! I'm not going into it. I'm not going into it. I told you. I'm not talking.
I said I don't like it.
Okay, bro.
I said I don't find not the animation. The animation is wonderful. I said I don't find the art style to be appealing.
Okay, bro.
I find it to be grotesque.
Okay, bro.
They are my opinions. I never said that the show is trash.
Okay, bro.
I never said the show was bad.
Okay, bro.
I never said it doesn't have character development. I never said that it doesn't do amazing things. I said I don't like it.
Okay, bro.
Okay?
Okay, bro.
I don't like it.
Okay,
Greg
bro.
does not like it.
Okay,
Dad
bro.
Pad Gaming does not like it.
Okay,
Greg
bro.
from Dad Pad Gaming does not like
Okay, bro.
it.
Gregory
Nor
CEO.
I have never.
CEO Gregory.
Look in the chat. Slub Love says.
I don't
Greg
care what
did
anyone has to say.
trash it.
Okay, bro. I'm done. Okay, bro.
Tell me where I trashed it.
Okay, bro.
You started trashing Luffy.
Okay, bro.
All he does is stretch.
I don't care no more. I don't
I
care.
said I don't like stretch powers.
I don't care. I don't
I
care.
have a Gear 4 statue upstairs.
don't
I've
care.
seen almost all the powers he
don't
displays
care.
in his video game.
Okay, bro.
Don't come at me.
Okay,
Don't
bro.
come at me.
I don't care,
Okay,
bro.
I think we all got a
Don't
little
come at
heated
me.
because I'm not gonna lie, I don't like ice powers. I feel like they basic. Like,
And that's fine.
Okay, bro.
And guess
but
what?
just
I'm not
put
gonna
One Piece
condemn
in.
you.
Don't do Mr. Luffy
Zayana,
like that.
there's a difference between me being mad and me not caring. I don't care no more. Trust me. You know when I'm pissed. I don't care. I will this entire thing until the end. I don't care.
All right. What's next? Oh yeah. So then we had a Thor trailer. We finally which is crazy. This is not. They broke like a Marvel record. This is the longest or the shortest amount of time between trailer and movie for a Marvel movie because the movie's dropping in July and we barely got a trailer for Thor. But it was just a little teaser, only a minute long. But man, was there some juicy things in that trailer? Ooh. So. We didn't get gore. We didn't get a scene of gore, which was kind of mad. Kind of hoping we did, but I'm pretty sure we're dropping the trailer. Just side note, in the comics, in order for Thor to beat Gore, he needed multiple Thors. Like, it wasn't just him. He was not soloing him, bro. He needed help. So, like, obviously there's going to be variants of Thor. Jane's going to be one of them, which there's a scene of her getting the hammer. I don't know if y'all saw the hammer, but
her in the comic books is one of my favorite variants of Thor.
It's very good you brought that up because I'm excited to see how they're going to do that because when Jane became, Thor in order, worthy enough to do it, she had cancer. Like, she was dying of cancer. And whenever she became Thor, when she went back to her, normal mode, it actually like made it more aggressive. And she had to like go on to, what's the thing? Why am I having a brain fart right now? What do you go on? People have cancer and they have to go for the
chemotherapy?
Yes, chemotherapy. Yes, that's what. So like her doing that made her had to go on like chemo more because it made it more aggressive. So like essentially every time she became Thor, it was like killing her more.
It was a double-edged sword. It was
it was deep. It was deep. So I don't know if they're gonna go like that with this, but
it will be.
Wait, every time she became Thor, she was killing Thor more.
She was killing herself.
She's killing herself because she had cancer, and so when she became Thor, it made it more aggressive, and then that's what made her go on to chemotherapy and stuff. So like every time she did, it was basically like it was.
I'm gonna wait now because if she died in the movie, I'm gonna cry, and I don't want to do that.
But the hammer, when she gets the hammer in her hand, man, I don't know if you guys saw, but that thing was broken and it was welded back together. So this is the hammer that Hela broke in Ragnarok. Yes, we don't know who put it back together, and we don't know how it got put back together, but we gonna see.
So wait, and maybe I'm just forgetting because it's been a while since I've watched Endgame. So did the Mjolnir that he stole from that one timeline, was it returned with the?
Yeah, that's why Thor took it back. Or that's why Cap took it back with him. Cap had it. He had the shield and he had the briefcase and he had the hammer, and he was like, all right, let me go. And he dipped and he went back. So he just put everything back in the timeline and stuff like that. So that's why it had to come back rebuilt. But You had, Thor working out. He was still fat in the trailer. He was out there working out, getting his workout in, working on his fitness. We had multiple costumes, lit costumes. It looks like he has an upgraded thing. He's even at the big tree that the tree that we were actually talking about in God of War. Thor is actually there. He plants his Stormbreaker into the ground kind of thing, and like sits and like revelates. I think this is where he gets his power, because now he's actually able to like open a whole Bifrost with like he planted Stormbreaker and it actually like opened a whole Bifrost portal rather than him just porting himself. So he's gonna get some upgrades. Guardians of the Galaxies are still there, which I love. I'm going there for the comedic humor.
Yeah, it seems like they're not going to be there for like more than like maybe like a fifth of the movie though.
I think they might be there more than people lead on to be. I think they're going to be there for probably like, I don't think they're going to be there for the end. Maybe not. Like there's some lead-ins are there, but like I think, because what I think they did is I think they did Guardians 3 and Thor: Love and Thunder. I think they like did those like side by side, kind of like how they did Infinity War and Endgame, because you can just like go back and forth because the timelines have to match up between, because they both left at the same time.
I don't think it was possible for them to shoot those movies at the same time because I forget the director's name. James Gunn, he was doing the Suicide Squad at the time.
At the time of what?
At the time that they were making this Thor movie.
Yeah, but he just had to. All he had to do was I wouldn't have to say like shoot at the same time, but as long as he's like in there, you know what I mean, giving his thing, because he controls one of the movies, you know what I mean. So yeah. Guardians has been, I'm pretty sure Guardians is done. I don't know if it's still in production, but from last time I checked, it was wrapping up production and everything. So it's been going on. Obviously, Thor was doing it before, but with the Guardians obviously being in Thor, James Gunn had to be a part of that. That's what they do. If their character,
they give that input to make sure that all those like plot threads and stuff. Yeah,
exactly. So. There is that. That's what that was a Thor trailer, and so now we can talk Moon
Knight. Don't forget the part when the Star-Lord looked in his eyes and said, when you look into the eyes of the people you love, and Thor is just waiting there like.
And he's like, oh, nothing. And that's just Thor being Thor, looking for that that verification, that validation that like people love me, people still want me. You know what I mean? Like
he was like, not you.
And you also see upgraded Asgard too. Asgard is all upgraded. Looks like they have tours coming in there now. Valkyrie's all because she runs it now. She's looking all there disgusted because she's all suited and booted. How you doing?
Asgard.
Hey Zaddy, what I'm saying? She out there getting it done. I like it. I love to see it.
I'm excited for it. I'm here for all of it. And also there's that I forget the name of it, but there's that scene when it was Korg and Thor. They were standing on that rock, and that big monster was laying there dead. So that monster got killed by Gore. Gore soloed that monster. Like he's that strong, bro. So like that's just like a note, like showing like they're sticking true to the comics, because there's a scene literally in the comics where Thor's standing there, not with Korg, but he's standing there looking at it, and they're like, bro,
right, over the mountain.
Did this? Like, who did this?
That was pretty epic. That was almost like a 1-to-1 recreation of that comic panel in live action. I mean, obviously there's CGI there, but that was really dope.
So yes, but yes, now we can get to the Moon Knight. This show is so good. This show is so good.
Before we get into it, we're at episode 4. How many episodes in total do we have for this? Is it 10?
Hold on. Before we continue, spoiler alert, we're going to get into Moon Knight. We're going to talk spoilers, Lev. If you need to leave, anyone in the chat, please keep us up, mute us. But we are about to get into spoilers. We are going to talk about the episodes of Moon Knight starting now.
Oh.
All right. Where do we begin? Where
episode 1?
Oh, okay. So, Steven, I love it. I said it when episode 1 dropped. I think I messaged Greg. I messaged Nick. I messaged all the homies. I was like, "Yo, listen. This is the best first episode of a Disney Plus series, of a Marvel series, simply for the fact that it introduced brand new characters that were never mentioned, all while having a lit plot." From the jump, like it starts, bro, and the villain Haro is breaking glass, putting it in his shoes, and he's going out there to do his duck thizzle, and you're just like, boom, you get thrown right into it. You're like, and that's literally how it starts. You're Steven, now you're in your thing, and you're just like, okay, what's going on? And it's literally like catching you up, all while introducing and giving you some backstory on everybody, which I feel like is hard to do, to be able to introduce characters all while having a story, because usually like I've said it every first episode. We've been like, oh, it's the first episode. It'll get there. You know what I mean? It'll pick up. And series have been picking up episode 2 or 3. You know what I mean? Falcon was more like 3. WandaVision was 2. Okay. Loki was about 2. Loki episode 1 was good, but like it was like in the jump because like by the end of episode 1 and Moon Knight, bro, we're full-fledged in story. Like we're like knee deep in it already.
Yeah, I do want to give a special shout out really quickly to both WandaVision and to Moon Knight, because I feel like out of all the Marvel series that have dropped on Disney Plus so far, those two have accomplished something where you don't have to have been tuned in to the entire Marvel universe or cinematic universe rather to be all in. Like you watch that first episode and
Black
you get
Panther.
that. Well, no,
we're talking about the series.
For the series,
movies.
Yeah. It's like you turn those on and you watch those for that first episode and you're instantly intrigued. Like obviously me on a different level because I've seen those, but for people that haven't seen those, it's like it gives you that eerie vibe up front of what the hell is going on here.
And
you have to keep watching.
You're so excited because you're like,
yeah,
oh my gosh, like what? So we get a lot of backstory. So it starts off with Steven, which is very, very weird because when you talk Moon Knight, the very first person that is in control is Mark. It's Mark Spector. Like that's who it is. That's who it is. And there's actually 3, I guess you could say versions of him, alter egos, people in his heads. So there's Mark, Steven, and Jake. Okay. And normally it's Mark, and then Mark turns into Steven, you know what I mean? So he can chill out and stuff like that. And then Jake gets introduced later. You start off as Steven, who's just this kind of I guess you could say nerdy, kind of weird cashier at a museum. And he loves he's all into the, ancient Egypt, or the Egyptian history and all that stuff like that. And he's tied to his bed. He has this sand thing around him because he doesn't, and you're going into it, you're just like, why is he doing all this? And it's because he blacks out and he wakes up in other places. And when he does that, he's switching over to Mark, which is dope. And I said this before, Oscar Isaac kills this role every episode. The switch and how quick he's able to switch between characters. Because Mark and Steven are 2 totally different characters. Mark is a regular, I guess you could say, English-speaking man. And Steven is British, so he has to act so he has his accent, but Oscar Isaac can just literally sit there and he's like Steven. He's like, all right, Steven, take over, and he just blinks and he's just like, all right, what are you gonna get to it? Bro, you're just like, wait, how, you just did, dude, he just astonishes me with that. But
you the same man but a different beast.
Shout out to my boy James McAvoy while we're talking about split personalities out here. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Yeah, went crazy.
So first episode. So then you get in there and you wake up as Mark, and you wake up on this, I guess you could say, different part of the world. And there's a big castle. Now, that castle looks oddly familiar to another castle that is this dog owns in this little area called Latveria. Okay, I ain't gonna say that's Doom's castle, but
yeah, hold on. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna say anything about the boxes in the back of the truck neither. You know what I'm saying? we ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying, say anything with the you know what I'm saying? So
another hint, bro. Doom is lurking.
Oh yeah, lurking. I mean we're still trying to wait to figure out who the astrophysicist that was mentioned in what was that?
WandaVision. Yeah.
So they're hinting towards it.
Yes.
We are getting closer and closer because this is still phase 4 from what I understand. We're getting closer and closer to the end of it.
Yes.
Oh, look at Jordan getting excited. Oh my god.
I'm going crazy over here right now.
Because I'm telling you, when Doom gets introduced,
it's over.
Really
I'm the happiest man on earth.
Shout out to Twilight Deacon. Thank you so much for the sub with your Prime account. We appreciate that, man. But when Doom comes in,
okay.
Oh, when Doom comes in,
don't let my man level up. Don't let him throw that God before his name. Don't let him do it.
So the thing that you got to understand, especially if you're not I'm big on Marvel. Ham is
Marvel
catastrophically large on Marvel. But the thing is, the reaction that you get from watching the first Avengers movie, and then you see Thanos for the first time, and it's like, oh my god, if you know who it is. I was like the only person when that movie premiered that freaked out because I knew who he was. But Doctor Doom, when is revealed, deserves the same, if not a larger reaction.
I'm telling you right now, if he pops up in a movie, I'm gonna scream. Everybody's gonna be mad at me.
I'm not screaming. I am saying one thing and one thing only.
What? Daddy?
That, not even that. I'm just gonna walk out and say pressure is now being applied.
Bro, pressure is applied.
Pressure is now being applied because y'all don't understand. So you understand. So check this. We have Kane, Playboy. You feel what I'm saying? And then we have God Emperor Doom, my guy. Ham, what does that lead to? Because those are two powerhouses that can, those are universal people that come through and say, I'm here.
Yeah.
This is what I do.
Speaking of superheroes, you know, the next big superhero always has to be a level up, correct? Like, it's never like a downgrade.
You know what I'm saying? Someone that devours.
Right. We got Frieza, then we got Cell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So after all of that dies down, I think a little Silver Surfer can go come pull up and be like, hey, y'all.
I know y'all are. I know y'all are worried about a few things, but
he's coming.
There's a big bad guy coming, and we need everyone on board.
Just look in the sky, you'll see him. He's pulling up past Mars right now, bro.
This is what I'm calling, because we already got. I know we got the Marvels coming out, which is hopefully going to be super awesome. But we've already got, like, I want to say it was like a leak last year that heavily implied that we'll have some type of Rogue versus Captain Marvel action. Which is definitely within the mythos of our character and great X-Men Rogue.
I want her to be humbled, bro, by Rogue. I want her to be humbled by Rogue and just dog walk her
and I think that's But anyway,
imagine her getting dog walking saying, "Daddy."
Bruh, it's gonna be bad for her. But see, this is my thing though. Like, anyone that knows anything has to make the assumption that we're gonna move towards, because they said that we're not gonna get like another like Avengers movie. They said they're done with the Avengers, so it looks like in some ways they're probably starting to lean more into maybe like the Ultimates being like the next team up. I would imagine we're probably gonna move into like the Ultimates version of Avengers versus X-Men.
Yeah.
As they are sorting out Doom and whatever Kang has going on, which is gonna lead into we got to team up because Galactus, and everything is just leading. It's a funnel right into it.
Give me. Just y'all have no idea. I tell this to him every time there's a possibility. Can I please get God Emperor Doom?
Because y'all come. So listen. Okay, so I already told you the plan for that, bro. Listen, this is my Marvel plan for them. Listen, Doom's gonna come. All right, he's gonna get defeated like he usually does, and he's gonna chill. But while he's chilling, they gonna be like, "Yo, we need your help." As usually it happens because he's so smart. Yes, Reed is up there, but don't sleep on Victor Von Doom. My man is a G, and he is a genius too. So boom, they need his help. He gonna do his things, bro. And he powers up because he's gonna power up, become God Doom, and in order for them to defeat him, they ain't gonna be able to defeat him. They gonna need him to defeat Galactus. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They gonna need him at God Emperor Doom to do it because at the end of the day, like, yes, Doom is a villain, but when it comes down to the Earth, he got to take care of his people at Varia. Now he's for his people. If that's anything, he's for his people. Mm-hmm. And if that's in danger, he's gonna be like, all right, what's up? What y'all need from me? Like, you know what I mean?
Because
like,
I am a. What does my man say? I am a gracious God.
No.
That man Doom don't play around.
Y'all don't understand. I've read so much on him.
And they're putting so much in place because like there are a lot of continuities where we see that Doom like bosses up because of the Infinity Stones, but there are also a fair amount of continuities where he's like, whatever. And we've already seen in Loki that I mean, at a particular level, they're using Infinity Stones for paperweights.
Yeah,
like there's a drawer of like 20.
I admire more power. Like he just pull up like, bro, I ain't worried about y'all. I'm on another level. Get out of here.
Thank you so much for that alert, by the way, Zayana. You stay real out here. All right.
But yeah, so first episode starts going. You meet in, Arthur Harrow. He meets up with Mark. You finally, what's up?
Before we go any further, while we have a large audience, I'm going to put you on a quick pause here. Greg's going to make an announcement. Why is Greg speaking in third party? Because I'm going to speak for the entire team when I say this. Today is the 10th episode of the Blerd Lines podcast. How many episodes, Perry?
10.
Lady Gunner, how many episodes?
10.
Carlton, how many episodes?
10.
Yeah. So, to celebrate our 10th episode of the Blerd Lines podcast, we are getting ready to initiate the May gift card giveaway. We have over $100 in gift cards that we are getting ready to give to you guys. Over $100 in gift cards. Stay tuned, because the way this is going to work is, and you'll get a detailed video that our wonderful moderator Slub Love is working on. But in short, you don't want to miss next week's episode, because we're going to drop a password for you. That password will be dropped live on Blerd Lines Podcast episode 11 next weekend. You are to take that episode, you are to follow us and subscribe on our Twitter, our Facebook, our Instagram, and you want to comment that password to us. And in commenting that password along with a X for Xbox, a P for PlayStation, or a S for Nintendo Switch, you are entering in with that password and that corresponding letter to let us know that you are watching the shows, you are a member of our wonderful community, and that you want that delicious, succulent, free Switch.
Mike Hennessy, thank you for the gifted sub.
Yes, do appreciate that. So definitely stay tuned, because, like I said, with over $100 in gift cards being given away, we will be giving away cards every weekend for the month of May. So make sure that you take advantage of this opportunity to get some free stuff, because games are expensive. So it would be a wonderful opportunity for you to be able to go ahead and cop a game with a nice little bit of that price shaved off the top. So definitely check out our platforms. I'm gonna go ahead and drop those links into the chat. Just so that way, if you want to get ahead of the curve, so that way you can go ahead and subscribe now, so you're ready to just start spamming us with those comments of that password. That password can be anything, so you got to make sure you watch live, because I might be like, hey, the password is purple and pink panties with polka dots. That's not really the password, but you never know what that password is going to be. But you want to make sure that you are there for it, so that way you can take advantage of it. So definitely go ahead and follow us on YouTube. Slub Love, if you're there, please drop the link for the Twitter account, so that we can get that in there as well. And then there's also the Instagram at Blerd Lines Podcast, which I'm hoping she can get dropped in there as well for us. And we hope that we are giving you some free gaming money in the weeks to come. Jordan, back to you as we start to lead into the end of episode 1 and into episode 2, please.
Yes, sir. So, so they met up. Harl, the villain I saw right now, meets up with Mark. He realizes he has a scarab, which Steven is still kind of like confused, because he doesn't really know yet. He doesn't understand. He keeps having these blackouts, and now he's like, oh, I'm stuck over here. And he's confused. Harl's like, give it to me. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I love it. Literally, like, blacks out. He wakes up, bodies on the floor, blood on his hands, and he's just like, what's going on? What's happening? And he's all running away, and basically, makes it back home, and he's kind of still tripping. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't know what just happened. All of a sudden, Haro pulls up to him in his room. He's just like, yeah, and he goes and tells security, help me. But they're all members, and they follow this cult that Haro is leading. And basically, Haro is like, I'm here giving the powers of the goddess Amit, and basically Amit would wait. She would judge you by the weight of a feather of trust, basically, and they would see how pure your heart is. And he puts this little scale on your wrist, and if you pass, you're good, you're able to go. But if you're not, you'll literally die right there. Boom, he did it. He killed somebody right there in front of him. And he was like, what's going on? Like, we got bodies falling. So there's a whole cult. Security guards are in on it at the museum. Leads into a big chase. Steven's running away. There's this jackal-like dog, you know what I mean? Hyena-esque, like, thing that's chasing him throughout the museum. He's all scared, and then obviously the episode's getting ready to end. And what does he do? He runs into the bathroom, and he looks in the mirror, and Mark is now talking to him from the mirror, and he's like, "Just let me take control. Like, I promise we're gonna be okay." And Steven's like, "No, like, like, no." He's like, "Dude, just let me do it." He was just like, "Fine." And as soon as Mark took control, you see the little hyena like run into the like dive at him into the bathroom, and the camera pans out, and you just hear like, and you see the hyena like try to run out, bro. Nope, hyena gets pulled back in, and then the camera's like walking into the bathroom, and as soon as it gets in the bathroom, you just see Moon Knight over that thing, just and just kills it, and then he turns around and walks. So he's finally suited and booted. Boom, episode 1 is done. That's like you're literally in the middle of shit now. Which leads into episode 2, where, okay, so now Steven and Mark kind of understand, where they're going at with everything. He kind of understands it. And episode 1 is when he picks up the phone call. No, that was episode 2, because that's where he meets Layla. No, it was episode 3 is when he meets Layla. Yeah, it's okay. So I'm trying to remember, because it's been like, what, 2 weeks now, 3 weeks now? Okay, so episode 2 is where, what is that one?
That was a good call, by the way, Perry.
What is that one? I'm having a brain fart. Hold on. Because I know episode 3 is when he goes to Egypt at the end of it. Because that's the one that then transfers from Egypt. Oh, yeah. Episode 2 is when you start learning more about Harrow. And Harrow actually was the avatar of Khonshu, which actually controls... what's it called right now? Which actually controls Mark. How he's able to get his suit and everything like that. Harrow was actually the original avatar, but then left him, which is kind of weird to come at it, because you're trying to figure out where he's going from, and now you find out that Harrow's bouncing from god to god, basically, right?
My fault.
Oh yeah, so yeah, episode 2, boom, he meets Layla, who Layla is actually Mark's wife, and Layla knew nothing about Steven. And then you come to find out that basically Mark is trying to get away from his wife because Khonshu told him, "Yo, I like your wife. So I'm just letting you know right now, when our time is done, that's mine. I'm taking that." And Mark don't want
Mark crazy.
Yeah, Mark is like, "Yo, I don't want any part of that." So he left Layla, but he answered the phone. Come to find out, Steven and Layla meet up, and basically she's like, "Who are you?" And he's just like, "I'm Steven." Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know who Mark is. I have no idea of it. And okay, yeah. So then, boom, they figure out, they're like, okay, we need to go find this tomb, because that's where. So basically, Amit had got banished, right? But she didn't get banished into like this, in like a proper banishment where they did it. They banished her into another tomb. So her actual like little like statue that she's banished into is in a tomb, and nobody can find that tomb because it's been lost for years. Basically, Layla's like, "Hey, yo, I know this dude. Like, we can go pull up on him. I think he got the tomb." So he's like, "Cool." They go over there and pull up on him. Dude is working with Harrow, and he's like, "Dang!" But then we get another epic fight scene. I think this is the actual fight scene where like you see Moon Knight like get down and dirty with a couple people. You feel me? And then we get the reveal of Mr. Knight, which is his second suit. That's who Steven becomes, because there's a big fight with another thing, and Steven's like, I kind of don't want to fight him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do it. But then he gets into Mr. Knight looking drippy. I'm just gonna say that white suit with the little white mask and the little moon on it. Yeah. It is drippy.
He got a little drippy swag going.
Drippy. Yeah. But it's funny because Steven doesn't fight, but he's like, I gotta save something. So he's like, come on, put him up, and he throws a punch. Yeah, but then he starts getting dog walk. So then obviously Mark takes control, goes into his actual, like Moon Knight little suit, and bro, this thing, he's chasing him, bro, and then Moon Knight jumps off the building. The dog jumps at him, and he just like hits him and grabs him and just like stabs his body down through a fork, and then catches his little moon that he has on his chest, his little moon blade. Boom, and it's like an epic little scene, you know what I mean? Moon, it's all dark, you see the clouds.
What it is, it's a batarang.
Bro, it's not, bro, because it doesn't come back.
Sometimes batarangs come back.
Most of his batarangs come back.
That's why they're called batarangs. They're boomerangs.
But yeah, so that ends into that, which leads them following into that guy, and you get another battle. Which these fight scenes are amazing, because there's one where he's fighting like these 6 dudes in episode 3, bro. Like, he's literally like, he jumps over a dude and then throws his moonerings. That's what I'm gonna call him. That's what I'm gonna call them because they're moons. He throws his
You
Moonerang.
just really had to put a dad joke in there. You really had to do that.
And you get some really intense, fight scenes and shit. But going into episode 3, it comes down to it, and Khonshu's like, "Yo, like I've been banished. Like I'm on kind of like my last limb right now. They said I got one more time to mess up, but like this is what we got to do. I'm gonna call a meeting. Like let's go." So he calls a meeting, and all the gods come. And basically, he's trying to plead his case to Harl. He's like, "Yo, Harl is, he's tripping, bro. Like he's out here trying to bring the god Amit here and basically like destroy the world." And they're like, "All right, Harl, pop up." So Harl pops up in a little meeting. And he's like, "Yo, so what you been doing?" He's like, "I ain't been doing nothing." He played the role cool. He's like, "I left Khonshu for a reason, man. That man's crazy. Like he don't even let Mark control himself. He controls Mark. Trying to reverse the role on him. He's like, I'm nothing but I'm a simple man. I ain't doing nothing." And there's no evidence, so they're just like, "Yeah, we got no evidence," so he gets to walk. And then they were like, "Yo, Khonshu, get out of here." And they were like, "Hey, Steven, hey, or Mark, talk to me." They're like, "Are you in control? Like, are you able to control your body?" And he's like, "Look, I ain't here for that, bro. Like, this man is bad. Like, what he's saying is true. Like, it's gonna happen." They're like, "Yeah, but we ain't gonna do anything about it. So, like, kick rocks, homie." So then they leave, and basically Harl is just kind of like, "You fucked up. You did this too early. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't gonna do nothing, and now I'm really gonna destroy everything." He's like, "I'm gonna get control of this. I'm gonna find a Mitt. I'm gonna get these powers, and you can't do nothing about it because now you really can't do anything because they gonna banish you." And he walks away. So then they're like, "Bro, we got to figure out where this is at. Like, do you remember where the tomb was?" And Khonshu was like, "I was there during that day. Like, I can tell you where the stars aligned." And he's like, "But if I do this, like, they taking me, y'all." Like, yeah. So what he does, like, and it was a dope scene. Like, he literally like spins the sky and spins the stars back to that date when the last known location of the tomb was with the Mitt's little banishment thing. And the sky is just spinning, all the stars are spinning and stuff like that. And when it happens, he gets to the date, all the gods are like, "Yo, we told Khonshu you can't be doing this stuff, bro. Like you just showing everybody that like we got powers and stuff like that. You showing that there's
That
other
we out here.
So
We out here.
Hey, my guy, you got to get banished. So boom, end of episode 3, Khonshu gets banished. So now Mark and Steven do not have Khonshu. So they do not have the Moon Knight suit and anything. They are human.
Jordan, pause. We got a lot of new faces in the chat right now.
Yeah, I just want to shout out Authentic Z, Nero Wolf, and I Am Jews. That's the homies. Thank y'all for pulling up. Yes. Gang. I love y'all. Thank y'all for the support.
Absolutely. Now, keep in mind, Lady Gunner is, as you see at the bottom left, she is one of the hosts on this show, Blerd Lines Podcast. If you love your girl, Lady Gunner, make sure you give us a follow, give us a gift sub as well, and make sure you tune in next week because we are giving away over $100 in gift cards throughout the month of May. So definitely tap in, lock in, and be ready for that. And Jordan, please continue on as we start to lead into episode 4 here.
Breed in. That's funny.
So
not then, breed in. Hello.
Episode 4 kicks in, and they're like, "We got to figure this out. Like, we got to find this tomb because if we can get it, we can get to it before Harl can. Like, we can stop him. He can't do anything." So, using Steven's, because Steven's actually like this, like he knows what he's talking about. He does this. He studied it. He works for it. Like this is what he does. So Mark, at the end of the day, is like, "All right, Steven, like take control." And it's kind of cool because you see Steven kind of start, getting up on Layla, and they have a little moment, you know what I'm saying, where they kiss and stuff. Right. And Mark press him like, "Hey, what you kissing my girl for, bro? Like what you doing?" And
that boy Steven said, "Hey, this is our girl."
I just want to know, is it Steven's body or is it Mark's body? Like,
so it's Mark's body and so basically what happened was Mark, he was a mercenary and he basically was wounded and was about to die. And when he was dying, Khonshu therefore took his body as the avatar because he was no longer going to be able to use it because he was going to die. So, and then he just created that other, alter ego started creating after that because he wanted to get away from Layla and, save her at the end of the day. And so, they get to the tomb and he's like, "It's in here." So he like busts through the Alexander the Great's like, decomposed body. He like shoves his hand down his throat and pulls it out. And he's like, I got it. Bro, Harl pulls up like, "Thank you. Like, I'm so thankful that you got it for me, bro." And they shoot him, bro. So Steven gets shot. And it's like shocking because he doesn't have the armor. So he has no healing abilities, no regeneration. Like, he's shot. And boom, he falls out. and he wakes
Big
up.
shot. He shoots him like 3 times.
Yeah, bro. He wakes up in a mental hospital. But so I'm taking it as it's actually his mind, because as he's going through it, you know what I mean? He's seeing stuff, and he goes into a room and he hears a sarcophagus shaking. And he's like, let me out. And so he opens it, and it's Mark. But Mark's in a body and Steven's in a body. And they're like, oh, I'm so happy. And I love it because when this episode was going on, I told me and one of my good friends, LA, he's big on Marvel and everything too. We were talking about it, and I told him, I was like, it's funny because Steven doesn't know about Mark, but Mark knows about Steven. And I was like, and they both don't know about Jake. And I was like, watch Jake pull up, right? He's just gonna pull up and be like, yo, what up? And they both can be like, who's this guy? Like, do you know him? Like, I don't know. I didn't know. Do you know him? Like that. And
like, you don't even go here.
And so before I get into that, there was a scene when he was in Moon Knight where they were both blacking out. So Steven was blacking out and Mark was popping up, and he was like, what? And there was bodies, and he's like, why'd you do this? And Steven told him, like, bro, I ain't the one with the body count, my guy. You the one with the body count.
It's 3 people in there? I gotta watch this.
So
it's been crazy.
Added because like they're both sitting there and they're like, you just killed 8 dudes, bro. He's like, I didn't do that. I'm not a killer. You are. He's like, but I'm telling you, I didn't kill him. I own my bodies. So like, there's that looming one, which leads into the 4th episode. So they get them 2 together. They're running through the doors. They open another door, and you just hear screaming in another sarcophagus, and it's just shaking. And they both just kind of look at each other, but they're like, nah, bro, we got to get out of here. Like, we got to dip. We can't be up in this. So they leave, which. That's Jake, y'all. I'm telling y'all, that's Jake. All right. So Jake is just shaking in there.
I was like, I want a Moon Knight power, but I ain't changed my mind. That's 3 people. It's 2 people in me.
This is one thing that's really, really a really good detail. Everybody, I've been harping at. Okay. Now that, because Greg's seen it, so now that Khonshu is banished and Mark and Steven don't have his powers, correct? Khonshu cannot give him their powers at all. He cannot do anything with them, correct?
Right, Does Greg? Jake still have his powers?
No. I'm not right, Greg. You've seen the episodes, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So Amit is banished like Khonshu because she's in the same little seal thing that they banished him in, correct? So if she's banished, how is she giving Harrow powers?
I guess I didn't really think about that.
I'm said it. People are gonna be like, "Oh, you brought it up again." I was like, "What if it's Mephisto acting as a god?" All right, and people are like, "Oh no."
There's a twerk session going on in the chat. I just wanted to let y'all know it's getting real over here.
So,
nah, you still and
by Khonshu being banished proves to me that like Amit can't just be shelling out powers like that. And then they were like, well, it's a different banishment. Yeah, she was banished by the gods and her avatar, bro. Her avatar was like, I don't want nothing to do with you. And they all banished her together. And they was like, yo, get out of here. That's why she was shoved down in a body, in a tomb, not in the god thing, in the dorm where Khonshu is with everybody else. So, like, I think, like, it's somebody else. Like, I don't think Harrow's getting his powers from Amit. I think he's getting his powers from somebody else. And there has been rumors, like, even in the Doctor Strange trailer, if you watch when it first pulls up, there's a little smiling face underneath the actual Marvel Studios thing. And people are like, oh, that's Chithnon, who's Chaos Magic, or Mephisto. And I'm like, bruh, like, Nightmare is going to be confirmed for Doctor Strange, okay? Chaos Magic is looming. Chaos Magic is looming through Moon Knight. In the comics, Moon Knight fights Mephisto, and in order to beat Mephisto, he gets this amulet that he's able to steal powers from superheroes in order to beat Mephisto.
Oh, so like,
what if at the end of the series he gets the amulet and he's like, oh, Mephisto's looming, let me go, and he figures out he can take people's powers, so he's just looming around for the movies, just taking people's powers. At the end of the movie, he's gonna go fight Mephisto. You know what I mean? Like, obviously that'd be ridiculous, but like, that's one of his main stories. One of his big stories is him, fighting Mephisto, a big bad guy who's been hinted at since WandaVision. So it's going to be crazy. And I like it because with all these villains, like there's going to be multiple villains looming around. Like you said, we got Kang already, right? Mm-hmm. Fantastic Four is confirmed for the last movie in Phase 4. So Doom is going to be here by the end of Phase 4.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have either Chithnon, Mephisto, or Nightmare, which I don't think they're going to make Nightmare a really big bag. But you got Mephisto basically looming around now for series on Disney Plus, and that's 3 big bads to hold us off until Galactus.
Oh yeah, definitely. I do agree. I don't think they're gonna make Nightmare like a grand villain. he's absolutely positively capable of it, but I think he's a little too the shadow under your bed to be, a mainstream MCU
Yeah, like he could be
blockbuster
like a
villain.
yeah, exactly. He's like a
They're gonna
movie.
get they're gonna give him one movie. It's probably gonna be Multiverse of Madness, and we'll probably hear from him maybe another time or two through the avenue of Doctor Strange in the world of magic on the Marvel side. But I
Mhm.
don't think he's gonna be a major player in the
I
in
think
the grand scheme of things.
he'll be behind a lot of it and probably Doctor Strange, but that like nightmare leads to Mephisto. Like it all circles back around to Mephisto or Chithnon, which I think they might do, but I don't think they would. With knowing Marvel, they might do it because Chithnon isn't as known as Mephisto, but he's still a dog. Like he is chaos magic, which chaos magic
Absolutely,
is one of
absolutely.
the so,
What's with the dance,
Man,
man?
again,
it's
crazy
it's
in the
just
chat.
it's getting crazy in the chat, man. It's getting crazy in the chat. So more or less, like when we're talking about the Marvel Moon Knight show, Disney Plus series, you guys have been abridged. You are more or less up to date. There are nooks and crannies and
Yeah, obviously.
theories and conspiracies that we could get into days based on everything that is chalked into these first 4 episodes.
Hmm.
This first roughly 3 hours and 15 minutes worth of Moon Knight goodness.
Oh yes.
But we're not gonna do that today. We're gonna reserve that for a special episode of the Captain's Lounge. We'll probably do that because
After
I think I
Doctor
want to be a
Strange.
part of that. After we get the final episodes and after we get Doctor Strange, I think we should have like a huge Marvel blowout.
I'm for
Um,
it.
Yes, and for
After
anybody that hasn't seen any of the Marvel movies, because I'm thinking about hosting a marathon, probably in a Discord. The first four are going to be Captain America, Captain Marvel, Iron Man, Iron Man 2.
so
who
are
In
Captain
depth.
so
Marvel?
are you gonna do it in chronological order opposed
Yes,
to the order they were
yes.
released?
All right, so you
That's
got to watch Hulk too, then.
Chronological order, so we
You
can
got
get
to
the
watch Incredible
the
Hulk too.
little. Yeah, Incredible Thor, Incredible Hulk, Avengers, Iron Man. I got the chart, so we can get the little bitty nooks and crannies and
so
the little secret messages in order.
Mhm.
yeah, because I think really outside of like Captain America and Captain Marvel, most of the movies are more or less already in chronological order, right?
Yeah, I think after
It just
after
gets a little. It gets a little tricky in Phase 3 because that's when you start adding all the other solo
because yeah,
movies,
you got
and
Doctor
Yeah,
but
Strange,
then
Captain
yeah,
America
Black
again,
Panther, Ant Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, like you
yeah.
got
Civil
all
War.
them
Yeah,
getting in
yeah.
there.
Spider
So
Man 2, 3, Civil War, Spider Man, Black
mhm.
Panther, then Cowboy Bebop, then Batman, then Spider Man. So like after
I like that
Phase
she just do Cowboy Bebop in there.
phase, they put it in there, but
I love
them
it.
phases when they start going kind of crazy in there.
Yeah, it
But I
goes
like to
for
watch stuff in
real.
chronicle order,
Yeah.
so then we can all get the message together in order. So you don't be watching uh Iron Man then Hulk and then be like, oh my god, I saw a secret message from Iron Man 1. We
Yep,
can just boop,
that's how
boop,
you
boop, boop,
catch
boop,
it
boop.
all. Catch the
Yeah.
little things
Yeah.
in them.
That's funny.
Yeah. I don't know what you were just laughing at, but
The,
that was like a big Papa Belly laugh there.
man, the indie. So my famous Los, Joe, I think you follow him on Instagram.
Yes.
He posted the video of the guys from out east or out
Mhm.
west who was dancing. That I'm an indie animal. He's an
Oh
indie
Oh,
animal.
no.
oh,
I'm
yeah.
screaming like you've made it to that level. Welcome.
Yeah. God.
He
That's
posted
like
the whole video.
there's a whole video. That
No, he
wasn't the
posted the
whole
whole. He
video.
said they made an actual like music video of that, but
Oh no.
he said if Chris Brown was dark skinned, y'all would be looking at him. How y'all looking at them right now? That's
Yeah,
Go
Chris Brown
ahead.
was
Go
dark
ahead.
skinned. He be in jail right now.
Go ahead and link me. That seems like the type of toxicity I need in my life. Okay.
I'm not
Um.
gonna lie. I was mad at him too, but then I forgave him. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna
So
lie.
so this is what we're gonna do for because again we got a lot of new people. What we like to do at the end of each show, we like to go ahead and drop a recommendation on you guys. Recommendation can be nerd related, it can be life related, it could be a personal goal, it can be to anything. We're gonna go ahead and kick into our recommendations today. Ham, as you are our guest on episode 10 of Blurred Lines podcast. 10. It's been 10 episodes, y'all. I'm so excited about
Yes.
Right. Diaz. Go ahead, man. What is going to be your recommendation for the gang here?
Watch Moon Knight.
Boom.
I'm just gonna say, watch it. Just watch it.
Boom. Lady Gunner, you've got a lovely following in the chat who is out here twerking with you. Would you like to go ahead and give us recommendations?
I'm gonna say Demon Slayer, Tampachiro, and they'll say watch the Demon Slayer movies. He got the statue. Demon Slayer season 1. Watch the movie. I ain't start season 2 yet because I'm scared.
Wait, what?
Season 2
I'm
is
scared.
great.
After
Season
the
2
movie, I was crying. I'm scared.
No. So what? So Lady Gunner, check this. I have we're gonna watch season 2 together. Rewatch season 2 together in here in the Discord on Crunchyroll. Just tell me your free time and I'll stream it for you.
You need to.
You won't be here by yourself.
Oh my god! I'm telling you, as you watch the final episodes, like the animation that they pulled off is nothing short of.
I've been seeing little scenes. Like I be watching spoilers on Facebook, but I've been especially the fight scenes when Tanjiro came back and headbutted that man. I was like, I'm scared.
There's a moment in this season where my boy there was no wasting time. He saw smoke and there's no talking. So we're gonna watch it together.
Yeah, definitely so.
I say was.
All right. I guess I'll go next, Perry, unless you're itching for your recommendation.
No, you can go ahead.
Okay. Is especially with Elden Ring coming out, we had a lot of people playing Elden Ring. Those people discovered that Elden Ring was not for them. Most of those people because it was difficult. Some people for other reasons.
I haven't played Ninja Gaiden.
Or Returnal, for that matter. But if Elden Ring seemed to be something you were extremely interested in, but it was too difficult for you, I challenge you to go out and try Respawn's, so EA published, but Respawn's title, Jedi Fallen Order, is a Star Wars game. It is a Souls-light title, so it has a lot of Souls elements in it, but it strips down to make things a little bit more approachable. It is a really, really good game. And they just released the PS5 version a few months ago, and you can play that in 4K or in a crispy 1440p at 60 frames per second. So if you want something that's going to make your next-gen console hum in a pretty way, definitely go check that out.
Miles Morales.
Oh.
So I guess I'll go next.
Yeah.
Recently, I got a new job. I am now a data analyst, and Friday.
What? You're a what?
Data analyst.
A what?
A data analyst.
Say that again.
A data analyst.
Did you say
it with
data
your
analyst?
chest?
Huh?
Say it with chest.
I can't.
Did you say data analyst?
I'm a data analyst now.
There we go.
This week has been my first week of working on stores and transferring and building the networks for them. And first 2 nights were really rough. I did like 13 hours because I was just so confused. And on Thursday night, I was able to run through the entire store by myself with minimum questions and minimum help. And I felt really good about it. So my recommendation is, these guys know I've been in love with technology for quite some time, from the developing standpoint for the back end. And if you really love something, stay dedicated to it, because your work will show for itself sooner than later. And I'll quote Nipsey on this: never give up, because you're closer than your goal than you was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? You'll look up and you're like, man, I'm not in the same position that I was. And so I'm moving. That is a good quote. You know what I'm saying? So stay focused, stay dedicated. You know what I'm saying? You closer than what you thought you was than where you began at. So that's my thing.
Say that quote again. That was a good quote.
Nip, I appreciate you. Thank you, man. That was funny. Nero Wolf guy, that was funny. That is an appropriate dad joke. Jordan, take notes. There's shade, but no.
I love that.
The quote. So the quote was, never give up. You're closer than your goal than you was yesterday. Always stay dedicated. You'll look up one day and you're like, shit, I'm closer than I was. I ain't give up. You know what I'm saying? I might not be there today, but I wasn't there yet. I mean, I was 16 steps forward than I was yesterday.
I love that.
I'm telling you, I'll send you. I put a lot of folks on Nipsey, so I know a lot of his interview.
That. After what the Rengoku movie Set Your Heart Ablaze, I was thinking about getting that tattoo, but I don't know now. You closer to your goals than you was yesterday. Like,
yeah, you know, it's like that one Naruto Shippuden opening said: the closer you are to something, the harder it is to see it, and I'll never take for granted.
That is wow, bro. That's inspirational. I had to give it to you this week. That is nice.
Shout out to my boy Nip. So
yeah. For, we give a perma gang for eternal gang to neighborhood Nip, man.
The neighborhood
actually, y'all can't see it, but I'm actually wearing some.
For people that don't know,
Will
right
now.
Learn how to slap from Nipsey.
Yeah. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Nah. I'm gonna send y'all Twitter. I'm gonna send y'all a video on Twitter
because Buddy wasn't able to say "wow" when Nip was done with it. He had to check out.
Like Nip really sat there. And he looked at him and said,
"Yeah, I want to quote. Yeah, type something.
Let me see it." Then Will's was cool, but the one I seen last night slap on Twitter.
He said, "This your man's."
This your man's? No. Who you? Wow. Buddy slumped. So he got slapped to the point he passed out. And there's a part 2 to that video. Buddy had to get up.
The internet is so disrespectful,
to 4 people to get out of the club. Buddy was sitting there like, what happened? I'm like, you just got the taste buds smacked up out of your mouth. But fear is not evil. It tells you what weakness is. Once you know your weakness, you can become stronger as well as kinder. I knew that. Okay. Gildar's Live. I like that.
Fairy tale. Fairy tale?
No, fairy.
That's I don't know, but that's real. Nero Wolf God, you are the first audience member to give us a recommendation.
Nice.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was real. Much appreciated.
I can hear it in his deep voice. Fear is not evil. It tells you what weakness. I can't do it.
Fear is not evil.
But he has a deep voice, though. That'd be tight.
If anyone wants any good quotes from any anime, I highly recommend watching Rurouni Kenshin. Yes. My favorite quote. I'm not going to go into details because I want to go ahead and wrap this up. Kenshin was like, the final fight. He said, "So it means you was right." One of his quotes was, "Swords are weapons to kill. No matter what practice that you do, weapons are used to kill." Mm-hmm. No way, shape, and form. And at the end, he was like, it's not that my beliefs were stronger and I was right. It was just that my willpower was stronger than his at this point, and it could have went any other way if this was a different day in the battle. Rurouni Kenshin is deep. Yeah, love that show. But yeah, I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. We are making a lot of good strides here in our community. We are building so many great things for you guys. We got some new content coming towards you soon with one of our hosts, Lady Gunner. She will be hosting another show with another good close friend of ours. Speaking of her passion, her heart ablaze when she be beating people up with the mighty Titan.
Big dick. Oh, never mind. I can't say it.
Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah,
big dick
love
energy.
Richard Reed.
Big dick energy.
We love Richard Reed. What are you talking about? We want him and all of his stretchy Richard Reed goodness. But yeah, before we get into the final
love
closings,
Nero Wolf. I love him. I know that quote. Go ahead, Greg.
But before we get into our honorary closing, Lady Gunner, take a quick 30 seconds to explain to us what show you and Demigod Sean are getting ready to launch. Is it this week or is it next week? But I know it's soon.
It will be in the middle of May.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
It is called DLM, Destiny, Lore, and More. We'll be going into the lore of Destiny, the guns, the armor, your backstory, your supers, and you little lights people who've never played Destiny or never got in depth into Destiny. We will guide you through Destiny and why you should get Destiny. And for you veteran lights that's been out there and you like Destiny already, We're gonna show you why it's even better. Some guns you're missing. Some guns that are strictly for PvP. Some guns that are just strictly good for PvE. Like, we're gonna get in depth and just help you out. And yeah, Destiny lore. We're gonna help you out and show you why. Even though Destiny is kind of
Eyes up,
a
Guardian.
cycle of shooting. Exactly, eyes up, Guardian. Even though Destiny is just strictly shooting and story, we're gonna get you into the lore. There's so much into Destiny, even though people just be like, "Oh, this is basic." It resets on Tuesdays, and I do the same thing. There's something behind that of why you do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny lore and more. Tune in on Saturdays at 6 p.m. But we're not ready to launch yet. But give us about 3-4 weeks.
And we're going to come out with more content and more opportunities. And Greg, before you close us out, I have to give a big shout out to our guests here today, Mr. Hammerai, Mr. Jordan. I want to thank you for coming in today, bro. As always, an honor.
Like big light.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you always coming here, giving the knowledge of Marvel. You guys, every Friday, Ham and other close friends of ours, every Friday go in and do something called Buzzing with the Boys, where if you're vindictive and you're bored and you're petty like Perry, you force them to drink for your entertainment and watch them suffer.
Yeah,
as they do.
I was real bad at that last night.
You say, take a shot.
Bro, Greg was in there trying to hurt us, bro.
Drink.
Greg came into everybody's channel. Take a shot. Take a shot. Take a shot. I was like, oh god.
Drink.
I had to turn his off.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so we want to definitely, Jordan, go ahead and give the people who you are, where they can reach you at. I want to have you have your moment.
Yeah. Greg actually hooked me up, so if you look on the screen right underneath there, you can find me on Twitch, Hammerai Black, Hammerai 2 eyes _ black. I'm on Twitter too. I usually stream a couple times throughout the week. Apex a lot. I'm an Apex predator. Not really a predator, but you know what I'm saying. I try to do my thing. But recently going to the last
really a rogue company player.
I have a deep hatred for a certain person in that game, and I just want to see through, and hopefully I can get my revenge. That is the only reason why I'm playing that game. George. I had to pause like 3 times.
I know. Talk to me, Jordan. Talk to me before you do that. Did you make it to the spot where it's all red and you see nothing but rage?
No, I haven't got to that yet. So I worked like 2 or 3 people off the list already, and we working towards the other one. I just found out
you call me.
Like, what is you doing? And it's all of that right now. But I'm like, bro, I need revenge. I'm like looking for bloodlust.
Greg, he doesn't know.
Brutally murdered.
He doesn't. George, you don't know that moment. Ice. It's more satisfying than punching Zeus in the face. That is how satisfying this moment is. Well, because it's just you, that person, in time, baby.
Space and opportunity. Meet me in the grass. We got space and opportunity.
Ain't no opportunity. This is you in this person in time for them to realize that you are not the one to play with. And it's, oh my God.
Woo. It gets real. It gets so real.
But yeah,
it does.
That's what I like to do. I just stream, have a good time. It gets lit. Fridays, we always have a dance party every Fridays. Just let you guys know. We get lit. It gets a little crazy.
Buzzing with the boys.
Yeah, buzzing with the boys. Friday nights, we games are really different. We do some kind of like team building games. Like yesterday, we were playing Overcooked, and Gordon Ramsay came out yesterday.
And Gordon Ramsay came out, boy. He said,
Ramsay.
I want to hear yes, chef.
I told her, I had to let her know.
That show absolutely brung out the worst in Kyle.
Especially when you're throwing in the shots.
More than I ever heard, like the entire time I've known him. It was hilarious. Oh goodness.
He said, I need the tuna. I'm plating. I need y'all to cut the steak. I want to hear yes, chef.
I understand the roles. They're like, you're plating. I said, okay. If the plating is the head, he is there. He says, I need my stuff. How many minutes? I need it now. Why is it not cooked right, bro? They were not listening, bro. I had to.
Hey, them shots was getting to everybody.
That's secretly because I was cashing in my points for Kyle to not listen to you.
He was betraying you so much. Yeah. It was crazy.
I'm like, where's it at? Oh, where was it? I did a play.
I was just sitting there like, it's right here, man. Kyle just standing there.
I was like,
but this is what I'm going to say. If you want more of that, definitely swing in over to twitch.tv/Hammerai Black with 2 eyes every Friday night around approximately 8-9 o'clock Eastern time. It gets real.
We're mountain, right? We're mountain.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, definitely tune in every Tuesday at twitch.tv/Blerd Approved Gaming, where you can catch the Blerd Approved Gaming Show starring me and Mike Hennessy, where we give you a quick overview on some gaming news and also have some gameplay. Lots of fun being had there every Tuesday. Definitely tune in to twitch.tv/Blerd Line Podcast, where we have this show. We have a blast. You can also catch here the Captain's Lounge, which comes on sporadically, but it is a show you do not want to miss, because where things here are nice and tailored and punches are pulled, you never know what's going to happen on Captain's Lounge. And also we have our YouTube channel where you can catch me, Dad Pad Gaming, doing what I do best, gaming in the Dad Pad and providing you with crisp, clear, quality reviews and crispy 1080p 60 frames per second if you're nasty.
It's 60 FPS, you casual.
FPS.
Thank you so very much for correcting me. So, with that being said, to everybody in the chat today, I just want to let you know that we appreciate you. On this Saturday morning, you could be anywhere in the world, but you are here with us, and to that we say, that means the world to us. So with that, Slub Love, Zayana, special shout out to Zayana. That's my girl. That's my new best friend. The Anime Academic, thank you for popping up. T-Will the Dawn, Authentic Z, Twilight Deacon, Nero Wolf God, and whoever else I missed, because there were so many of you guys today. Thank you. But ultimately, you deserve the heartiest gang. Have a wonderful Saturday, guys. Oh, yeah, and don't forget that giveaway. We are giving away that first password next weekend. So definitely smash that follow button. Follow all the social medias. They are dropped again in our comments or in our chat. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Come back here next Saturday. Get that password. Take that password. Go and comment that on all platforms. Tweet that at us with a P for PlayStation, a S for Switch, a X for Xbox, to let us know that, one, you're watching with that password, and two, you are following directions and telling us what gift card you want. Enter for a chance to win over $100 in gift cards. That will start again with that first password coming next Saturday on our next episode of Blerd Lines Podcast. You don't want to miss it. Have a great Saturday.
Thank you from our guest from Turkey, Nero Wolf God. Have a good night.
Peace, love, and hair grease.
Oh.